Hello and welcome everybody. Randy Replay back at it again. Excuse me. And Minnesota Vikings football is back on the air, online, and all across the SSN. There is some movement in the NFC. The Falcons are now bounced from the playoffs. A little bit of movement, and the Packers will slide down to the 7th seed. So the Packers, one loss you would think away from being knocked out of the 2024-2025 NFL playoffs. Well, technically 2023-2024, but who's counting? And if they were to start today, this is what it would look like. Very little movement on the AFC side. Maybe one or two teams jump a couple spots, but the other two teams we follow, the Chiefs and the Ravens, remain in the same seeding. As we get you back to the main screen, we will take a look at the opponent today. The Minnesota Vikings. Wow, interesting. We have an away game. We haven't had one of those in a while, and it's a Bears. We travel to Chicago and Soldier Field to face the bottom of the basement of the division, Chicago Bears. The Packers lost, which means Minnesota now has a 3-game lead in the NFC North and could wrap up the division week 15 with a win and a Packers loss this week. That being said, we're going to see who the Packers have today, and it's the Lions. Oh boy. So we hope that the Lions can play spoiler and help us out a little bit. They would pretty much just have the same record, and we could actually lock this division up next week. We do have some weekly awards to acknowledge. Dalvin Cook for his 41 carry, 256 and 2 touchdown performance. It's good enough to get him the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. We played the Lions, and on the flip side, Brian Poole, 18 tackles, 2 picks, and 1 fumble recovered, enough to net him NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And on the other side, you always like to see a member of Gritty Gang, Jamar Chase, 10 catches, 393, 4 touchdown performance. We'll get him the AFC Player of the Week. And then Noah Sewell, linebacker, 12 tackles, 2 sacks, 1 pick, 1 6 for the Defensive Player of the Week. So the Ravens on a proverbial collision course, it looks like, with the rematch of last year's AFC AFC playoff game between the Chiefs and the Ravens, and Minnesota stands alone out of the teams that we follow here in the playoffs on the NFC side. As we normally do, we'll take a look at the injury reports for both teams. The Vikings, no injuries to report. Hashtag must be nice. The Bears, likewise. So both teams are fully able to go. Now, when I mention contain the QB scramble, when we're talking about Jared Goff or Justin Fields, which one do you think would run more on us? Well, let me spoil the answer. It's Jared Goff. We had to really scheme for Jared Goff on the run last week, and he was able to rip off the most offensive yards from behind the line of scrimmage that the Minnesota Vikings have seen in a couple weeks. And that's really concerning. Well, now we got Justin Fields, a design QB runner. So somebody that's supposed to be running in these RPO plays. So we're gonna have our hands full with Justin Fields here today. That is no doubt the defensive focus. And you got to stop Dalvin if you're the Bears. Or da Bears. Da Bears, da Bears, da Bears. No Bulls, only Bears. This has been Randy Replay. Kickoff. Noon. Soldier Field. Kind of a weird place to play, but not as bad as FedEx Field, is next. Well. Hello, didn't see you there. Randy Replay here. JJ's 31 touchdowns leads the NFL, and he is the best wide receiver in our eyes. But this other team here today, the Chicago Bears of Chi-Town, the Windy City, looking to get a gritty. Something's wrong with the flag. Okay. Either way, they are looking to have a all-star game of their own. Justin Fields, he can run. They got Darnell Mooney. They got Mayfield. There's a bunch of guys that are playmakers on this offense, so we're going to have to contain that as best as we can. As you can see, 1,600 yards for their whole rushing stable. Most of that is Justin Fields, who is running at just under 6 yards a carry. There is TJ the Hawk Hawkinson. And for Minnesota, just over 66% completion percentage, 5 yards per carry, 12 yards per throw. My goodness, Randy Replay's having some struggles. He's just excited about Chicago Bears football. A chance to get a lead in the division, and if the Packers lose and the Vikings win today, we can wrap up this division next week with a win against the Packers. So it's exciting time to be a Vikings fan. It always is when it's game day, and here we go. So from the windy city that is the Chi-Town excuse me, area, there's the kick. It's a returnable kick. There is some wind today, so a rare non-touchback for Greg Joseph. And wow, the Bears return man will get it out to the 26. And that is where Justin Fields and company will take over. Looking to establish dominance here today. For Justin Fields, 2,700 yards, 28 touchdowns, 8 picks. Also has some pretty good running stats this season. So Minnesota, what do you do? Montgomery in the single back. The Fields under center, man in motion. It is a running back keeper for Montgomery, and David Montgomery will be brought down by NFC Comeback Player of the Year, Eric Kendricks, and already the Bears fans are over it. They've had a tough go at this season, and they do not want to keep seeing this. Are you kidding me? Indeed. 4 Vikings in the backfield right away. Tackle for loss to start the game. You love to see it. And that will retreat Fields to the gun. On the field now, Kendricks, Asamoah, Hicks, and company. And there is a setup screen, and Javon Holland will break it up. Also worth noting, Andre Quarter getting into the backfield, the rookie paying dividends for that pick. And now Minnesota, you have a 3rd and long, 3rd and 11. Fields from the gun, man in motion. Fields snaps, throws. It is caught, but not enough for the first down. Just inches short, tackled by Trayvon Diggs. It's Anderson with the catch, and they'll force a punt. Looks like Diggs wants to play today. Again, not going to be on roster pending any franchise tag. Tyler Harrell angles back to the 14. Returnable kick. He'll be spun down at the 22. Pretty good return it out trots Patrick Mahomes in this offense. He threw 2 picks last week. Looking to right the ship here. He's still having a hell of a season. 55-60, 54 touchdowns, 29 picks. Excuse me. And so a quiet Bears stadium now comes to life. Mahomes from the gun. Snap is corralled. Immediate throw middle. Caught TJ Hawkinson. Kind of that safety outlet for Patrick. 5 catches, 96 yards, and a touchdown last week. Had that big one right side of the field. Look for them to call that play here today as well. So under the sun in Chicago. Here's the first carry for Dalvin. Goes up the middle. Boom! Takes a shot down to the 38. 7 yards for Dalvin on his first carry of Deuce game. Now the most conundrumizing, if that's even a word, the player with the most questions here, Adam Thielen. Oh, we just talked about him. Gets loose right side, first down Minnesota. I mean, he juked the crap out of that defender wide open underneath. We were just talking about him. Adam Thielen. What role is he going to play if he decides to come back next season? With the resurgence of Jackson Smith and Jigba, you got to wonder. Mahomes, play action. Throws. For Thielen, it's dropped. Oh, boy. So Mahomes' first incompletion today will come at 12:33 in the first quarter. And he steps back in the shotgun now. Talks to, looks like Njigba, left side. Snap is corralled. Tosses it up, left side, JJ, caught, JJ, down inside the 5 to the 4. And there's the patented point. And my heavens, almost got back there. Of course, that number 58 causing problems in the home game for Minnesota. Oh, just a shoestring tackle. JJ, one broken tackle away from pay dirt. Mahomes already in the proverbial from the gun. He's got 3 wide receivers, sends TJ Hawkinson man in motion left to right. Gets the snap, gives to Dalvin. Dalvin angling, Dalvin forcing his way. Touchdown Vikings and touchdown Dalvin. Oh my heavens, what's he doing? He's washing his hands and he puts on the mask. Oh boy. It is another touchdown for the Vikings and another one for Dalvin Cook. Expected to be on this team for a long time to come. 2 years left on his deal. That's neither here nor there. 7-0 Minnesota first quarter. Keep him here until he's 33 rather. Fields flush. Gervin Dexter will start it and Neil Hunter will finish it. So the rookie, Gervin Dexter, will get his first sack action in his career, albeit a half sack. And Gervin Dexter getting back there, and Daniil Hunter obviously finishing it off for a half sack. The split between the two of them. 3rd and long now, Minnesota. Fields from the gun. Snap is corralled. Looking. Fields flushed. Fields running. Fields throwing. Oh my heavens, no way. Fumble! It is recovered. Jordan Hicks. Lewis Cine came down, popped the ball out, and these Bears fans are booing. Fields with a no-look cross-body, cross-field play. There's the strip by Lewis Cine, picked up by Jordan Hicks, and Minnesota's offense comes back out onto this hollowed ground. My heavens. You just gotta love it. And so Mahomes flushed, throws, just missing JJ right side. Chicago is going to go for it. Here we go. Minnesota, what do you got? Lewis Cine running down. Lewis Cine not guessing the snap down correctly. Minnesota stops him. Oh, Nelly, Trayvon, and I do believe Javon Holland will team up to bring him down behind the line, that being Montgomery. Conversion thwarted. Minnesota not expecting Montgomery to come out like he has. The obvious play was to scheme for Fields running. He has yet to take a run. Fields looking, throwing, and it is picked off. Javon Holland. Isaiah Wynn will go down, so we'll give him some claps. But for now, Fields throws across his body, across the field. It's a big no-no for quarterbacks, and Javon Holland makes him pay. Has to angle his route, and Wynn leaves the field. We give him some claps. But Minnesota gets the ball back. Minnesota gets the ball back. Complete 4th and 3, Minnesota. Settling for a field goal into the wind, 34 yards, middle of the field. Greg Joseph. Kick is away. Angles left a bit, but it is good. Minnesota leads 10-0 just before the end of the first quarter. Gervin Dexter down there is getting a healthy amount of playing time today. Harrison Phillips in there as well. Fields throws, picked. It's Tyson Campbell's chunky chicken noodle soup, and he will return it for 6. Waves goodbye to the defender. Touchdown defense. Tyson Campbell throws the ball like he's dropping the mic. Again, Fields backpedaling, a cross-body, cross-field. That's a big no-no. There's only one man that's been able to do that, and that is Brett Favre. But even he has thrown picks, and Kelee Ringo, rookie cornerback for the Bears, is upset on the side of the field. More than likely at Justin Fields. Hog. Bear down. 17-0 Minnesota Vikings lead. He's making some poor decisions here. Double coverage. Backpedaling. Not across the field, though. Fields. Flush. Throws. Big catch. Fumble! Get the ball. Trayvon Diggs will pick it up. Another turnover for this defense against the bottom of the basement division rivals, the Bears. I do believe that's Claypool on the fumble. We're going to take a look. Fields. That is Claypool. Yep, it's out. Hard to tell who caused it. Joseph. For a big chip shot, 34-yard field goal with the win, right hash. Greg Joseph awaits the snap, or I guess Tyler Van Dyke will await the snap. Snap, spot kick is away, and it's good. 20-0 Minnesota lead. One has to wonder if we will see Tyler Van Dyke today at quarterback. So here we are. Field split back, shoddy. Snap, awaiting, snap corralled, give, Montgomery. He just got run over. Did Trayvon Montgomery touchdown. And he slow claps down 20. Okay, all right. Well, down 14. Trayvon Diggs got taken out of the play. Oh boy. So here we go. It is a game now. 20-6. 20-7 pending the kick. Snap, spot kick is away, and the Chicago Bears fans have something to cheer about. Your team's on the board. 9:51 left to go here the first half. Greg Joseph for another field goal attempt. The 45-yarder left hash with the win should be away. Ooh, angles to the right a bit, but it's good. 23-7. Ooh, man. Fields from the gun. I'm going to cut all that anyway. It doesn't matter. It's a quarterback keeper this time for Fields. Lewis Cine, the only guy that can get him. He takes a bad angle, and Fields in for the touchdown. Oh, no. Justin Fields will score with his legs, because that's the only thing he can do. He can't throw the ball. He's a really good runner. Crossed over Lewis Cine, took a bad angle, and there you go for 6. And we got a game here in Chicago. This to make it a 9-point affair. 23-14 pending the kick. Snap, spot. Blocked! Another one for Andrew Booth Jr. And Javon Holland will bring it back, it looks like, pending any weirdness. And Minnesota should be awarded a point or two. And he plants his booty, so the 2-point conversion is good for Minnesota off the 4th. Andrew Booth Jr. blocked field goal or point after this season. So Minnesota is awarded the 2 points, 25. Oh my heavens. Now Mahomes. Snap corralled from the gun. He will get the first down on his legs, and that, or with his legs rather, that will be the 2-minute warning. So the play broke down left side. Within Jigba and JJ crossing routes. And we get the first down. It's a 1st and 10. What do you got? Mahomes from the gun. He's going to wave Adam Thielen. Right to left. Mahomes snap corralled. Looking left side, JJ caught down inside the 25 to the 23. And that will give us a little bit of breathing room here, walking away hopefully with at least 3 before the half. And my heavens, how many times have you seen that in this franchise? A lot of times. I'm just going to answer it for you. JJ in the proverbial zone. Now Mahomes is as well. Under center for this play. A snap. Corral. Looking. Throwing. Caught JJ. Makes the man miss. Gritty time. Touchdown Vikings. We get it gritty in the Windy City. He's JJ. When he's in the zone. Now, did he step out? That's the only problem here. It is a scoring play. It will be reviewed. When he's in the zone, you better watch out. Better not cry. You better not pout. Justin Jefferson's coming to town. Do a gritty all around. This to make it 32-13. Kick is away. It's good. Y'all like that little Christmas carol about JJ? We all know what this is going to be. A little touchback action. Everybody wanna, but nobody wanna. All right. QB contain. Let's just contain the scram. All right. We'll be in the zone defense the rest of the way. 1:48 left to go here. Minnesota playing 3 safeties deep here. It looks like Cam Bynum, Javon Holland. I do see a couple others back there. It is a screen pass to Montgomery right side. Fields looking, throwing, crossbody, and batted away. Javon Holland will come in. And what about the stat line for Javon Holland the last couple weeks? My heavens, he's really coming into his own. Awakened his inner X Factor ability, and he's having a hell of a season. Fields from the gun. Same formation for the Vikings defense. Throws caught, and it is a first down just barely. And they're going to remain in the gun, going no huddle. Fields throwing. It is incomplete, almost intercepted. Trayvon Diggs right side. Excuse me. Minnesota playing press across the board. Excuse me again. Fields in the gun. Taps his right booty cheek. Fields looking flush. Patrick Jones with a sack. I almost said a pick. And we're not going to see it, but Patrick Jones, after Fields was flushed, goes left side right into Patrick Jones, and now Minnesota are faced with a 3rd and 16. And the Bears are showing run here. Just trying to get out of the quarter. And there's Javon Holland coming down to make the play. Minnesota takes a timeout. Oh, Kevin O'Connell looking across the field as he calls the timeout. So they want the ball back. Caleb Evans in fake punt formation. The punt is watched. It's good. And Tyler Harrell with a returnable kick. Ooh, just doesn't go anywhere. Okay, well. For JJ today, 6 catches, 136, and a touchdown. Having a hell of a season. One of the best in Vikings franchise history and one of the best in the NFL. He is the #1 receiver in terms of receptions coming into today's game. And looking to continue that thread or trend, however you want to look at it, into next week. It's a run, Dalvin. Running room left side closes quickly, and now Justin Jones will go down. Of course, he has a sack today, holding his lower back. Oh boy. So a big part of this defense. We'll give him some claps as the Bears country does, and he will leave the field. So Minnesota now. Don't really know what you want to do here. Do you play for a field goal? Do you try and troll with a touchdown? No idea. 2nd and 5 either way. The snap looking. Mahomes running. He'll get a couple yards with his feet. He's looking downfield. I think Kevin O'Connell is telling him to let her rip down the field. That'll bring up 3rd and 2. So 3rd and 2. Mahomes in the zone under center. Snap corral. Looking, throwing, high pointed, incomplete, and Jigba. And so that will give the ball back to the Bears. Ryan Wright into punt yet again. Very, very weird seeing Ryan Wright punt so many times. Oof. Oof. Missed tackle by Andrew Booth. And the Bears have it at the 30. And so we'll see what happens here. Again, bottom of your screen. Packers picking up the win today. Now it's a 2-game lead for the Vikings. They need to win this game to maintain the 3. The throw left side, out of bounds immediately. We'll see 14 seconds left in the half. Once again, no halftime stats the rest of the way. We will be back. In terms of stats after the game, there's the final timeout for the Bears, and they got one more play here. Minnesota playing back. We'll see what they want to do. Fields from the empty set. The snap, Corral. Looking, throwing, middle, caught. Big hit, Kendricks. That will do it for the quarter, or for the half. As the Bears try and get lined up for a field goal, time will expire. First half, Minnesota Vikings lead. And trying to maintain this 3-game lead in the NFC North, 32-13. We're going to check other games in progress and games that have wrapped up. And we'll kind of check out what's going on in the landscape of the NFL. Again, we know the Packers won today by 3 points, eking out a win. Jared Goff, after facing us, 67 yards in that one. Must be nice. Aaron Rodgers threw 3 picks. Hog. Divisional battle. The Aints are up over the Bucks, who are 1-11 on the season. CJ Stroud with 4 touchdowns in that one. Wowzers. And then we go to Tennessee, where the Falcons are just about doubled up on the Titans at the half, 14-7. Russell Wilson, of course, just 49 yards in the first half. Kind of a slow start. Minnesota press coverage across the board. Fields in the gun. Snap, Corral. Fields, flush. Fields running for his life. Goes down. Harrison Phillips with the sack. Andre Carter will get credited with half, apparently. So it's Andre Carter and Harrison Phillips. Let's see if he touched him. Yep, right there at the end. Just barely got a little bit of the pads. So Andre Carter claims another half sack. And now it's 2nd and 13. Fields from the gun. Montgomery to the right. It's a run to Mont. Able to shed many. Oh my heavens! Able to shed multiple Vikings tacklers on his way to the 13. Jeez, Montgomery. Do you have your Wheaties today or what? I mean, Minnesota, you got to come up here and make these wrap-up tackles. He's throwing off Trayvon Diggs and Javon Holland like they're nothing, let alone the guys that made contact on the defensive line. Jeez, malarkey. Now Herbert will check in. Fields trying to have the same success with Herbert, and it's just not happening. 1 carry, 2 yards there for the aforementioned Herbert. Fields from the gun. Gets the snap, turns, gives again. And Herbert will have another carry. Fields again. Montgomery checks back in after having 2 plays off. Fields flush, throws, wide open, touchdown, Bears. Oh boy. That'll be Robbie Anderson. And can we get another block for Andrew Booth Jr.? The snap spot kick. It's good. 32-20 now. Yardage on the season. Under 400. Mahomes from the gun. Snaps, Corral, throws left side, caught in Jigba, angling. Did not get the first down, or the touchdown, I mean. In Jigba just... Oof. We're going to take another look at this. In real time, it looked like Njigba crossed the goal line. Inside of the pylon. Ooh, nope. Okay. Just stood up, so a good call by the officials. Randy wrong again. And let's see what the Vikings have planned. 2nd and goal rather, from the 1. Mahomes from the gun. Hey, that all right. Let's go have some fun. Mahomes turns, gives Dalvin. Dalvin sits down in the end zone, takes a shot from Jackson, but it doesn't matter. It's a touchdown, Dalvin. And he waves to somebody. Now, as he's going down, Eddie Jackson throws a hip. You're going to see it here. Throws a hip on him. And either way, it's a touchdown. Sorry, Bears. We got a bear down in the Windy City. And this to make it 39-20. Snap spot kick. Angles to the right, but is good. So the Vikings with a 19-point lead for another stanza. Offense side. Fields in the gun. Montgomery to his right. Irvin Dexter will check in. Fields flush, throws, wide open, Jalen Johnson. 7th pick in the last little bit. He sits down in the end zone, lays down, and Justin Fields is upset. He is staring down Jalen Johnson, but guess what? You don't throw across your body across the field. Jalen Johnson with his, I want to say, his 7th pick in the last 5 games. The only thing is he's not going to be on the team next year. He doesn't want to be here. And so unlike Trayvon Diggs, Jalen Johnson now swinging the way of the pick leader. There's a kick to make it 46-20. Another big Montgomery run, and now Minnesota, you got a 2nd and goal from the 1. Watch the fullback. It's a play action, big throw, and a touchdown. Lewis Cine, I don't know how you play that any better. He's right there. Just Drew Sample's hands will prevail. It's now a 20-point game. This to make it a 19. No. Oh, Andrew Booth Jr.'s back out there. We'll see if he can get a block. A snap spot kick. Yeah, Andrew Booth has lost some speed with the leg injury earlier, so oh boy. Now Mahomes from the gun. Oh boy, trying to get him to jump yet again. Dalvin up the middle. Dalvin sits down before he gets the touchdown. And they're going to keep this clock moving. What a smart play by Dalvin. Now Mahomes empty set. So the smart no score by Dalvin keeps the clock moving. Mahomes, quarterback keeper, he's in. Patrick Mahomes with a QB keeper. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What was that? He was instant transmission. Shoo, 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 shoo. And so Patrick Mahomes will score the team's touchdown here in the 4th quarter. Greg Joseph kick is away 53-27 now. So can you do it again? Here we go. The field's go. He snapped around. Looking. Throwing. No, he's not. Daniil Hunter. The 2-finger guns come out and he gives him the old Hulk Hogan. Daniil Hunter with the sack. Just as he was about ready to throw it or throw it away. And Shooter McGavin into Hulk Hogan for Daniil Hunter. I haven't seen that one yet. And it's 4th and 11. Mahomes excited about that. Here we go. Minnesota's got everybody near the end zone. Showing the rush of 5. Fields flush throws. Incomplete out of the back of the end zone. Turnover for the Bears, and now the boos rain down. And the coach can't believe it, but sometimes you just gotta. So after the miscommunication, the drive will stall out. This to make it 56-27. Greg Joseph, middle of the field. Snap spot kick is good. Now with 4:05, it's just formality football. It has to happen. Just inside the numbers, and there is the 2-minute warning. Rip Bears, we got a bear down, bear down, bear down, da Bears. So Chicago Bears first down. Minnesota playing everybody near the line to gain here. Fields from the empty set, gets the snap, looks right, looks left, throws middle, caught. Robbie Anderson again, and my heavens. I know it's going to be a victory, but what's going on here? Garbage time yards coming across the board. Fields from the empty set, snap corralled, looks left. All day to throw, looks right, flushed. Into the arms, Andre Carter, sack fumble, the rookie. And the Bears will go no huddle, so we don't get the beautiful replay of Andre Carter's sack. Fields throws incomplete. My heavens, what a lot to unpack there. Andre Carter, another sack in today's game. He now is 1.5 is a fumble sack, fumble, however you want to look at it. Fields from the gun gets the snap. Looking, throwing, toss up, incomplete. Robbie Anderson, Trayvon Diggs on the coverage. And we got one more play here. This is for the proverbial looks better on paper. Owen Papo sent deep. Fields from the gun, snap corral. Looking, throwing left side. Picked! No, it's dropped. Jalen Johnson had it in his hands for the second interception. He goes back to Robbie Anderson, but Jalen Johnson drops it on the way to the ground. And that is your dagger. Minnesota Vikings will be victorious and climb to 11-2, maintain #1 seed in the NFC playoffs. Mahomes from the gun. Turns, gives to Dalvin. Dalvin trying to dance around looking for a hole. He'll take it left side, and the countdown is on. Minnesota, you have to run one more play, but for all intents and purposes, you will win the game. Good job, Minnesota. We will count it down here momentarily. Dalvin takes the run, goes left side. Dalvin stays in bounds. 4, 3, 2, 1 victory, Vikings. You're not going to hear it here, but we'll play the Baru. Soak it in. 11-2 football operation. And he's getting a little happy with this button that he has here, playing the home field Baru towards the end of the game. Gotta love it. Justin Fields leaving the field. And you got to make fun of your division rivals, especially basement of the division. And Minnesota makes Randy get a little nervous there in the third quarter, but they pulled away in the fourth. And we'll get you to these playoffs. Wow. We'll get you into these player stats and get you back to the main screen. We'll preview next week against the Packers, which could very well be for the division. And Randy Replay's obviously got playoff football on his mind here today. Patrick Mahomes, 102.1 QB rating. He was 22 of 36. That is 61% completion percentage. For those of you that did not know how to do math or simply didn't look over here. 344 yards, 1 touchdown, a season low for Patrick. No picks though. So, yeah, pretty good day for Patrick Mahomes. We like to see a little bit better completion percentage. We're used to seeing high 60s, low 70s, but just some miscommunication today. For rushing game, Dalvin Cook, 35 carries, 167, 2 touchdowns on the day. Patrick Mahomes, 4 for 23 and a touchdown. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 1 for 2 off the end arounds. And Adam Thielen, 1 for 7 off the end around. Patrick Mahomes hitting a season low 5 receivers in this game. Very, very interesting. The lone touchdown went to JJ, 12 catches, 260, and the aforementioned touchdown. Adam Thielen, 4 for 35. Smith and Jigba, 3 for 31. TJ the Hawkinson, got to be careful how you say that, 2 for 14, and CJ Ham, 1 for 4. So the Vikings lean heavily on the run game today, and didn't really need to throw it that much, but when they did, they didn't. A lot of incompletions for Patrick Mahomes. No picks, but there was definitely 1 or 2 that could have been picked off. Overthrew Thielen wide open. He underthrew a couple. It was just an off day for him. Not used to seeing it. That is what it is. Nobody cares about blocking. I mean, nobody. And one more time, nobody cares about blocking. Going to go to defense, look at total tackles, and oh my heavens, what would you even call this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A octo double for the Minnesota Vikings. Woo! That is insanity right here. For those of you that don't know, Minnesota runs on the rules of the double-double rules of the NBA, rather. Whenever multiple people get double-digit tackles, We call that a double-double, triple-double, quad-double, hyper-double, but this would be an octo-double. 8 players with double-digit tackles for the Minnesota Vikings today. Leading the charge is Eric Kendricks, the NFL comeback player in Randy's eyes. Tyson Campbell's Chunky Chicken Noodle Soup. And Trayvon Diggs with 12. Javon Holland with 11. Johnson, Hicks, Scene, and Hunter each with 10. I've never seen this before. 8 players, double-digit tackles on the Minnesota Vikings defensive side of the ball. Andre Carter with 4, DJ Wanham, Harrison Phillips with 3, Booth Jr., Naylor, Evans, Jones with 2. Tackles for loss, we had a bunch. 3 for Danielle Hunter, 2 for Andre Carter. Kendricks, Campbell Chicken Noodle Soup, Evans, Jones, Diggs, Wanham, Johnson, Phillips, and Dexter each with 1. We got back there a lot today, and we got some sacks to show for it. 3, 4, 5 sacks in total. And this is how they are all split up. Danielle Hunter and Andre Carter each got 1.5. They split some with DJ Wanham, Harrison Phillips, Gervin Dexter, and Patrick Jones. Holy moly. Chicken Stromboli. Interceptions, we had 3 today. 1 by Jalen Johnson, 1 by Javon Holland, and the other by Tyson Campbell's Chunky Chicken Noodle Soup. Pass deflections, we had a bunch. 3 by Jalen Johnson, 3 by Javon Holland, Eric Kendricks, and Tyson Campbell's Chunky Chicken Noodle Soup had 1. I'm going to stop saying that. That's kind of hard to say. Forced fumbles. Did we go over picks? I think we did. Either way, forced fumbles, we had 4. Harrison Phillips, Andre Carter, Javon Holland, Eric Kendricks, all recovered, but 2 by the Vikings, Jordan Hicks and Trayvon Diggs. 1 block kick by Andrew Booth Jr., returned by, I do believe, Javon Holland, if I'm remembering correctly. Maybe Jalen Johnson. Either way, no safeties and 2 defensive touchdowns for your Minnesota Vikings. Jalen Johnson and Tyson Campbell in this one. Kicking, Greg Joseph, 4 for 4 from 45, 6 for 6 on extra points. Ryan Wright with what feels like a season high, 6 punts. 258, netting 236, 1 of them inside the 20. Tyler Harrell, is he the guy at kick return? 2 kick returns, 42 yards, longest of 23. 3 punt returns, 28 yards, longest of 15. Once again, your Minnesota Vikings victorious at Soldier Field, 56-27. The proceeding was a presentation of the NFL on the SSN. Any rebroadcast, redistribution, or reusage of said broadcast is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of the NFL, the SSN, or any of its subsidiaries. This has been Randy Replay. Get you back to the main screen. We'll preview Packer Week and figure out what's going on in the playoff picture. I will see you in just a minute. Well. Welcome back to the main screen. The Minnesota Vikings 11-2 football operation. Picking up a victory here week 14 if we were to take a look at the playoff picture. No movement. And this Packers game next week has just become a little bit more interesting. And with the Packers winning and the Vikings winning today, week 15 is for the NFC North. As if the Minnesota Vikings win, they will have a 4-game lead with 3 games left, locking up the NFC North. And hopefully, I mean, unless the Packers do something towards the end of the season, bouncing the Packers outside of the NFL 2024-2025 playoff bracket. So a couple injuries for the Minnesota Vikings today. Looks like none of them will be kept out for any measurable amount of time. We'll take a look at the injury report for the Packers and see what we got going on for next week. Other than that, there's nothing really to cover. Must be nice. No injuries. Love it. I think that's just going to just about do it here. Y'all saw the result. The defense playing better as the game went on. You did see some struggles from Mahomes in this one, kind of uncharacteristic. There was a lot of wind. Mahomes isn't really used to that this season, as he's an indoor team coming off of 7 of their last 9 games being at home. My goodness. We return home for the last game of the season, and it's a game where we might just be able to lock up the NFC North in Week 15. This has been Randy Replay. I will see you in the next one.